when something's trying to exit, when something's trying to be like, okay, I did my part. I did my role in her life. Time for me to exit. Okay, let that fucking person, let that fucking thing, let that fucking job, let it exit. It's trying to exit so you can move forward. But you want to know what you do? You keep going out that damn door and not letting that thing exit. My friends, let it go. Let that shit exit. Why do you want to fight for something, for someone to be in your life? You have to trust. You can't let those people like, oh, I have faith. Oh, I know, I trust. But not when it counts. If you don't trust the universe and you don't have faith, if you question it and you fight it during those toughest times, it is the toughest times that test your faith, that test your resilience, that test you. And most people go, nope, I'm not ready for that. Because they're too fucking scared to feel the pain. They're too fucking scared of the what ifs. People don't want to let go of a relationship, even if it's toxic and shitty, and the person cheats on you, and they disrespect you, and they demean you, and they don't even want you. But you want that because that was comfort. You were complacent. You were content with that toxicity. Hello, everyone. Janna here. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing pretty damn good. You know, I am doing pretty good myself. I really am. I had a few weeks, though. I tell you what, I had a few weeks where I was just like, I was just kind of stuck, you know, and I have to then go into what I call my invisible tool bag, you know. And that's all the wisdom that I've learned that I share with you all. And I had to listen to my own advice. You know, sometimes I go and I'll listen to one of my own podcast episodes, which I try to listen to them anyways, so I can hear what y'all hear, so that I can just become better. You know, I believe that we're always learning if we choose to. It's the moment that we say, I kind of know everything, that we stop learning, right? But anyway, I felt really stuck for a few weeks, honestly, a little longer than that. And, you know, I was busy with doing some of the stuff around the house that I shared with, if you've listened to some past episodes, some of the DIY stuff, which is just going to kind of be ongoing. And I just got really, really stuck. And I had to remember in that moment that that's kind of where I was supposed to be. And I didn't try to unstick myself. I knew that if I just kept trying and forcing, it wasn't going to help, because resistance creates resistance. Sometimes we are meant to be stuck, right? But I was fighting it, and I realized I'm meant to be not necessarily stuck. I'm meant to just do other things right now, because, you know, that was when I had, if you watch me on YouTube, thank you. But that's when I did just audio only episodes. I didn't do the video, you know, and I had 3 or 4 of those because it was the only way I was going to get done. And, you know, it's because I was just stuck. I really was. And because I'm my own worst critic and I'm really hard on myself, but you know, which I'm better than I used to be. I had a really hard time with that. And I realized, you know what, I am being steered in a different direction because I need to focus on other things. You know, I can be a little bit of a workaholic sometimes, but that I love what I do, you know, and I also try to get a lot done around my time with the kids, because you don't get that time back, right? You just don't. So that's not at all what the topic is for this episode, but here is the topic for today. You know, I haven't really thought about the title yet, but basically it's this. Expiration dates on people in our life. That might sound a little harsh. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that title or not, but it's learning to be okay, knowing that you don't know the timing of other people in our lives. You don't know if that person's always going to be in your life. So, you know, looking at my notes here, because I wrote this earlier today, and that's why I really wanted to share it, because I think it needs to be out there. I used to be like that, right? Shit, I thought my ex-husband who was, you know, narcissist to a T, there was a moment where I thought, that's gonna be the person I spend the rest of my life with. We had 3 kids together and went through a lot together, and, as most people who are in a narcissistic relationship, you don't even realize you are. I didn't even know what narcissism was, so I didn't know I was in that kind of relationship, and, um, I was also really young, right? And I only knew what love was based upon my life at that moment, and I didn't know that wasn't real love coming back from that person. But here's my point in all that. I've had that same thought pattern with best friends. Like, oh my god, her and I are going to be best friends forever. I'm just certain of it, you know. And I have realized and learned that that's just not always the case. So, what I want to talk to you today about and share with you is to learn to be okay knowing you do not know those you are closest to, whether that be your significant other, best friend, colleague, your loved one. You don't know if they're always going to be in your life. When you say, oh, we will always be married, we'll always be best friends, we'll always be together and in each other's lives, the thing is, you don't know. We chose that time frame and the role that person would play in our lives before we came into this world. Every single person plays a significant role. So we must remember that. So instead of saying they will always be, I want you to start saying, I trust the timing of this relationship. I'm going to say that again. Instead of saying they will always be in my life, I want you to start saying, I trust the timing of this relationship, both their entrance and exit in my life and mine and theirs. My friends, when you do that, what that does is it allows you to be open and flexible with the flow of your life and in the process of you fulfilling your destiny and doing so faster than if you force and fight every little detail and every event that occur. We want to have so much control of our lives, but you're not in control. Okay? You set upon your path in life and you chose your parents, you chose your siblings, you chose your hardships, you chose those that you would have relationships with, all of it. You chose that before you came into this world because you said, I need that person, I need that thing, I need that event, I need that pain to teach me so that I can be prepped and learn all that I need to in order to fulfill my destiny. And you also knew that the only way that could happen is if when you were in this world, if you choose via free will to have all of those people and all of those things and pains and adversities be your teacher. Nothing is an accident. It's all on purpose. It's all divine. The timing, all of it. The pain that you feel, the sadness that you feel, the loss, the devastation, the fear, every fucking bit of it. It is very, very intentional. All of those things play a very pivotal role in you becoming who you are meant to be. And when you know that and you believe that, and you know that, hey, my higher self already sees the way out, that my higher self already knows, like, hey, come on, learn, get through this because you got better places to be, girlfriend. So stop staying stuck here and start realizing that though you had good intentions in a relationship, in a businessship, in a friendship, partnership, though you had good intentions, though you meant what you said, though you were honest about your feelings, they lied to you. They never were. The part that hurts is that you believed it. The part that hurts is that they lied to you. The part that hurts is that you were fucked over. But that's your teacher. That is your teacher. But it can't teach you if you fight it. It can't teach you if you want to keep going back to it. It can't teach you if you try to, when something's trying to exit, when something's trying to be like, okay, I did my part. I did my role in her life. Time for me to exit. Okay, let that fucking person, let that fucking thing, let that fucking job, let it exit. It's trying to exit so you can move forward. But you want to know what you do? You keep going out that damn door and not letting that thing exit. My friends, let it go. Let that shit exit. Why do you want to fight for something, for someone to be in your life? You have to trust. You can't let those people like, oh, I have faith. Oh, I know, I trust. But not when it counts. You don't trust the universe and you don't have faith if you question it and you fight it during those toughest times. It is the toughest times that test your faith, that test your resilience, that test you. And most people go, nope, I'm not ready for that, because they're too fucking scared to feel the pain. They're too fucking scared of the what ifs. People don't want to let go of a relationship, even if it's toxic and shitty and the person cheats on you and they disrespect you and they demean you and they don't even want you. But you want that because that was comfort. You were complacent. You were content with that toxicity. You knew something, right? It was there. That was how your life is. You had your routine and you don't want to fucking lose it. You should be more scared of not letting fucking go. Let go. Surrender. Surrender is saying, I'm done fighting the universe. I'm done trying to control outcomes. I'm done trying to force. I'm done trying. I'm done resisting. I'm surrendering. That is surrendering. Surrendering, people think it's just like, oh, I give up. It's all going to happen. No, surrendering is it's just allowing the universe to work. Surrendering is you quitting the role of trying to play God in your life. Surrendering is trusting. Surrendering is allowing. When you surrender, you allow the universe to do what it needs to do. You allow things to come and things to go, and you trust that hey, I might not like it. It might be uncomfortable and it might be scary, but I'm going to trust. If someone's meant to be in your fucking life, they will be. And they will be even if you let them go. Let them go. Let toxic, shitty people go. Have higher standards for yourself. Have boundaries and have high standards, real fucking high standards. The less people you're the closest to, in my opinion, the fucking better. The older I get, the less people I want in my circle. I have a very small, tight circle. I know a lot of people. I got a lot of like friend acquaintances, right? You've heard me talk about this. Like, oh, the people are like, oh, everybody's my friend. I have so many friends. No, that's fake. That is you trying to put quicksand in some void. And we all know what quicksand does, right? You want a very small, tight circle. Keep your shit private. Don't overshare. The more people you share stuff to, the more people that are nosing your life, the more people that can attach their energy, which might not be good, onto your shit, into your outcomes. Keep it to yourself. Trust the timing of every single thing that happens in your life. Trust the timing of when someone comes into your life. I used to be, before my divorce, the father of my 3 kids, I used to just be like, oh, marriage is forever. If you're in love, you should be married. And if you love me, you will marry me. I am not that way anymore. Nope. I've said it before. I'll say it a million more times. My current husband, I got remarried. Never thought I would. My current husband knows how I feel about this. And I told him, I know you've never been married and I will marry you because I love you so very much, but I don't think we need to, and I don't believe in it because it doesn't change anything. It makes breaking up a lot fucking harder. I'll tell you that. It doesn't mean you love someone even anymore, right? I think people get married because it feels safe. It feels secure. Like the chances of them leaving me now are a lot less. Okay. Because it's going to be a little more difficult. Fuck that. If I went out, boom, that's it. But it doesn't make people stay in your life. If you think that being married is that means we're together forever. No, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change one fucking thing about your relationship. It 1,000,000% makes it much more difficult to break up because then it's called divorce. Oh, I've been through that. It sucks and it's hard. And let me tell you something, People who you think would never turn on you will fucking turn. Mainly the person that you're divorcing. So trust me on that. But your love for each other doesn't grow because of marriage. It grows because of you choosing to learn from each other and to learn in life in general. And it is so very painful when someone in your life that you're close to, like whether that is someone you're married to, or you're in a relationship with, maybe a sibling, best friend, it is so painful when that relationship ends, especially when it's unexpected or that person exits this world. It's very, very painful. Um, I'm not saying what I'm saying in order to be like, okay, you shouldn't hurt. What I'm saying is that you have to trust the timing of all of that. Trust the timing of that person entering and exiting your life and yours and theirs, and know that they did what they were needing to do in your life and you did what was needed in their life. And now you need to say, hey, this sucks. I'm devastated. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. I am in pain. I know that there was something for me to learn. Please, universe, show me what that is. And you will be shown. It will be revealed to you. You know, I thought, I was naive thinking that, well, when you get to a certain age and you're 40, you're not going to be fucked over anymore by girl best friends. That's not true either. I had that happen to me a years back, 4 or 5 years back, and didn't see that coming. And that's part of a lot that I realized was that, like, man, I those two girls really just fucked me over, and it was painful, but I was in pain for like 9 months, and the moment I realized, like, this person's still in control, because 9 months later, I'm still pissed off and hurting. And I didn't allow myself to heal during those 9 months because I was choosing to be pissed off and to just feel that pain. And then 9 months later, I said, that happened for a reason and it sucks. And at least I know I was honest in that friendship and in everything that I did and shared and in who I was. And, it's really sad that they weren't. They clearly have a lot of lessons to learn in life. So please show me, universe, what it is I needed to learn. And I did. And I did the healing. And that's why I'm able to talk about it. So you've got to trust the timing of all of it and know that you never know when someone is meant to be in your life forever. You just don't. No one ever really is, if you think about it, whether it's death that is the reason, or the breakup, or going different ways. You just have to trust that, you don't know how long. You just know that it will happen exactly the way it's meant to happen. And you just have to trust that. So I hope this helps someone today, especially if you're going through any sort of breakup or loss. I really hope that this helped a little bit. All right. Love you all. Talk to you soon.